Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to History on the Spot. So today is going to be my first ever recording of one of those historical video games that I told you guys I would eventually get to during my year-end review at the end of last year. And this video game is Men of War Assault Squad 2, and this is the Born in the Fire America one. Now, I'm currently using the editor, which I'm not the greatest at, so forgive me for it being super foggy. I don't really know how to texture everything properly, um, or do all the color scheming and whatnot to make this work properly. Um, so please do forgive me for that. This is a custom-made battle using a pre-generated map that I edited up a little bit, but this is the Battle of San Jacinto, which took place on April 21st, 1836, and on the day of posting this video, this marks 190 years since the battle. This was an 18-minute battle, and it was between the Texan forces of around 900, led by General Sam Houston, against the Mexican forces of around 1,100 to 1,300 men, led by the one, the only, the despicable Generalissimo Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. Now, this is obviously not going to be an 18-minute battle because, one, I'm not good at making a standard like that, but also this is not the most accurate representation. This is supposed to be 900 versus like 11 to 1300. I tried doing that in the usual Texas go big or go home, but I went big and my computer crashed, so I had to go with just this. So please do forgive me, and let's get this battle started. The timer starts now, 18 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. So the battle officially started kind of like how Mexican forces wanted to attack, in that the Texans approached the Mexican line at San Jacinto with almost absolute quiet in order to try and sneak up on it because they had the terrain uh, assisting them, in that there was a low rise that when they came over it, they were only about 200 yards from the Mexican line. And the Mexicans were officially alerted when the two cannons known as the Twin Sisters, which are represented by in game by these two Johnny Reb cannons, because I couldn't find anything close to the Twin Sisters. The Twin Sisters fired two shots, which officially kicked off the battle. Oh, that was poor. Okay. Well, let's get them up close. Once they start shooting, that should kick everybody off. There we go. Alright, now we are going to go into slow mode because if I don't, it's going to get really bad. We're going to hold the general staff in the rear. Let's see if we can't get some cavalry up along the flanks here. So, like I said, this is supposed to be 900 to 1100 to 1300. I did the best I could. The Mexicans are working with 6 companies of 60 each, plus the 10 guards guarding Santana. Oh, those were supposed to be put on hold. My bad. Make sure the general stays on hold at least. But yeah, my computer crashed the first time I tried to do it, so I cut it down to 600 versus like 900. Computer still kept crashing, so um, I just don't have I have a gaming laptop, so it's not exactly the best system for this. So I'm working with what I've got. Um, but this battle did start off as a major surprise attack, as I said. The Mexican forces were actually in the middle of their afternoon siesta, which Santana had actually ordered. Um, they didn't think that the Texans were going to attack around midday, which is exactly what they did. Texans had been camped in a heavily wooded area on the other side of the battlefield. And so with that low rise that was in front of them, they literally could not be seen until it was too late. And when they did eventually start attacking, um, they started uh, they started their charging after the cannons fired by screaming out, "Remember the Alamo and remember Goliad." Uh, so this is obviously I'm not the best at doing that, but doing doing what I can. Let's see what casualties we're working with. Oof. Looks like a lot more Texan casualties right off the bat, but that can change very quickly. Let's see if we can't get some more people up here. And for all the parents that might be watching this with their kids, I want to be a good history teacher. I'm sorry about the language. There's nothing I can really do about that unless you just want this to be like a silent film almost. Like one Mexican soldier tried to get up real close. Is he still alive? Oh, he must have just died. So the way this will work to try to mirror the battle as close as possible is once this front line of Mexican troops gets destroyed, or at least is like close to being overrun, and I see Mexican forces start getting ready to retreat, uh, I will take control of the Mexicans. I won't be doing that for this part of the battle, but I will take control of the Mexicans and just kind of gather them back around Santana's tent. Um, and I'll kind of explain everything that happened at the end of the battle once we get there. Oh, I don't know if that was the Texan cannon or the Mexican cannon that did that. We still got some cavalry back here. Let's get them up here. Let's get everyone up. Now, I would actually like to ask, while we're making this video, if there are any people in the comments right now or watching, if you actually have any family members that fought at San Jacinto or that were killed at Goliad or at the Alamo, I would love to hear about their story. You know, like if anything was passed down, like uh, I know I would, and I'm pretty sure many other people in the comment section would as well, because like there, like for the Alamo ceremony that I went to, there weren't a whole lot of defenders' families there, which for me actually was kind of sad because it's like those are the men that gave their lives in defense of Texas and securing Texas' freedom from Mexico. So I just if you are in watching this video, I would love to hear your story and love to hear about your family members. And for anyone else that is watching this video, if there's a battle that you want to see, um, please let me know what it is. I would love to recreate it. There's a lot of maps here. Maybe the battle you want is already a thing. Uh, if it is, I will happily do it. Because I want to say there's about a dozen, maybe maybe around a dozen to 15 missions within this mod. It's not a great shot. And they cover periods from as early as Jamestown, Virginia, all the way up to the Indian Wars that happened after the American Civil War ended. and even go as far as to British campaigns in Afghanistan way back in the I believe it was 1870s, 80s maybe. So we have plenty of options to pick from. Uh, I will say that there's one mission that I probably won't be able to finish, and I'll once I do it, you'll see why. But we'll we'll leave it there for now. See if we can't push some more Texans forward. Looks like a bunch of guys got taken out by a cannon blast or something. Push some more guys over to the right. Let's see if we can push some cavalry up the literal flank. Oh, did a cannon get destroyed? Or is that just no? Yeah, cannon got taken out. Okay, wow. Some cavalry up. There's a bunch back here. Oh wow. All right, we're gonna push all of you up. See what the Mexican line is looking like. So yeah, one of the Mexican cannons did actually get taken out pretty, I guess, I want to say maybe a couple minutes ago. But we are actually now at the 9-minute mark of the battle, so theoretically we could do it. Could make this an 18-minute battle. We'll see. But somehow I don't think we will. But we will definitely try. See if we can't push some more troops up closer. Let's push you up. Now, one of my, I guess, favorite things about the Battle of San Jacinto is it's like, in the Hollywood sense, like style and sense of things, it's actually the good versus evil, good is outnumbered trope, almost, if you want to look at it like that. Because you had 900 Texans, absolutely should not have won this. Um, but it was just the pure surprise in the attack that let the Texans get the victory. And also, it was the fact that uh, I want to say maybe same day or maybe day before. I want to say it was same day though. I've never really gotten any confirmation on that. There was a bridge that was actually led into the San Jacinto area that both sides, technically speaking, had to use if they wanted to retreat. But kind of in the way that Hernan Cortez destroyed his ships to prevent any of his men from even thinking about fleeing Mexico and retreating back to Spain. Um, Sam Houston had his Texas Rangers blow up that bridge, um, which actually prevented both sides from retreating. Um, so when the Mexicans, oh, that was a beautiful cannon shot. Um, when the Mexicans were routed, because this turned in more to a rout and a massacre on the Mexican side at least than it was a battle. Um, but when the Mexicans started to retreat, the bridge was blocked, so the bridge was destroyed, so they had nowhere to go. They couldn't get back across the river that they had originally come across, and essentially they were stuck here with the Texan forces. Let's see. So Mexican left flank still holding pretty good, but the right is almost completely gone. Just a few guys left. So that was a terrible shot. So we are going to push heavy on the Mexican left. Try and take the flank because the left is just about to fall. Now I will say, in all the iterations of this battle I've done, I think this is the smallest casualty event I've had in terms of like the Texans, because there was one where it was like almost a 50% casualty rate for the Texans, and right now it's not even close to that. Let's push everybody up. Cavalry has officially pierced the flank. Let's see if we can't get the rest of them around. Start running wild through the camp. Let's get some more people pushed up. Let's get some of the left up here as well. Prepare to die. Alright, looks like the Mexican right has officially collapsed. Yeah, there's no one left, and the center's just barely manned, and the left is not long for this world. Let's go ahead and push everyone all the way up. Again, with those terrible cannon shots. Now, I will say this, in terms of battles that I will be able to cover, there is a large selection, because I'm going back to what I said earlier. There is a large selection of maps to choose from here, but I'm going to need you guys to understand that there are some maps that are not created yet. Like, I'm trying to currently find somebody who's known for creating maps, like actually does this kind of, I guess not as a living, but like as a hobby or whatever. And if you guys know anyone like that, please send me their contact info, because there are some maps that I would love to create that I really can't because I don't know how to. Like one map that I would love to see that is technically sort of already created is Gettysburg. There is a little round top map in the mod itself, but it's not like the full Gettysburg. Like, I would love a mission like that, like with the music from the 1993 movie. I would love that. I would pay good money to have a mission like that. All right, and we are just about to. Oof, that was devastating. But we are just about to pass 18 minutes, so not an 18-minute battle, but definitely pretty close. So, not my best, but definitely not my worst. Alright, so, now, I also want to point out, in the original battle itself, the Mexicans weren't really able to form a real line of defense after their kind of front-forming picket line was taken out. Now, this is obviously, like I said, not an accurate representation. It's kind of hard for me to actually read the map of San Jacinto, and with the way that Hollywood and even the History Channel has portrayed this battle, they show some sort of front line that the Mexicans had, but they weren't really able to form up their companies and battalions to mount an effective defense against the Texan forces. Now, this is where we start seeing that 50% casualty rate, but I'm going to see if I can't push some people off to the right. That could have been bad. Got a lot of people still back over here. Got a lot. Wait, oh, one of the Texan cannons got taken out. All right, so that is also not historically accurate, but wow. All right. I've played this map several times, and I've never had that happen before, so that's a new one. Push these guys off to the right. Let's push this group to the right. Let's take these guys. Push them all the way up. Take these guys. Push them up. Now, and I also would like to know, has anyone, and I'm sorry that my brain's a little all over the place. Sorry. Um, I'm sorry I don't have like stuff to talk about. Once you guys like start commenting on things you want to see or talk, or like if you want to know more in-depth, detailed information, I will happily do a lot more research so that I can give you that information. Um, but my next question is there anyone who's watching this that has actually ever been to San Jacinto? I went one time um, when I was younger. I want to say I was maybe a freshman in high school, maybe coming out of 8th grade. Um, don't entirely remember, um, but I think that's where I was in life at the time. Um, so the Mexican line is officially broken, and we will go ahead and start pulling everybody back. Let's start pulling everybody back, and I gotta make sure that I have everyone that retreats on hold fire mode. Otherwise, things are gonna get very, very bloody very fast once I get all the Mexicans gathered into one spot. Go ahead and start doing the same thing with the Texans. But I would like to try to get the Mexican forces stop firing first. Start working on the Texans now. We can speed up now. I think enough should be dead where we can move at normal speed. Yep. guess the great thing about this is that about trying to form them up is that I don't really have to worry about them being so spread out because all the groups that are still shooting are all together. Hmm, still got some people shooting here.
How can I help you? I'll see you in hell. It's great. Say adios, amigo. You son of a... Cover me. How can I help you?
Sorry, this is gonna be the longest part of the process. So I will do what I can to speed this up. I'll probably edit this portion of the video to go extra fast. There's somebody, oh, there's a guy in the water. A couple guys.
No, I'm fine. You... Cover. Now. Run. Cover me. You son of a...
So, a bunch of guys out here.
Go around him. Who has rounds? Watch out! Show yourself, coward. Give me a grenade. They're here. Head over there.
How may I serve you?
Cover me. Ready for a blow. Enemies ahead. For Uncle Sam. Start running or go.
Get me out of here!
Move.
Let him have it!
Die.
Gotta see what it is.
Let him have it.
Pour it on him! Take cover!
For Uncle Sam.
Let him have it!
You're dead. Die, you son bitch.
They're still.
Okay. Cut your head. You
If I knew how to make this into a mission, I could set like some sort of a command to actually make them all form up and gather like this. It'd be so much easier.
Good day.
So much easier.
Suck on this. Choke on this.
Do have to get the cavalry next.
You son of a bitch! Shoot him! Get the law here, you low-life son of a bitch! You son of a... For Uncle Sam!
Yes, sir!
You're a dead man! For his head!
Nope, nope, nope. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You can't say your prayers! For Uncle Sam! Oh, yeah! Keep moving! Cover me! Follow me!
Got it, sir!
Do these guys.
You dumbass! Okay! I'm gonna enjoy watching you die.
How may I serve you?
Cover me! Cover! Now! Run! Got it, sir!
Pour it on him! I need help! Give me help! Move out!
I'll see you in hell!
Let him have it!
Hold on! Move out! For Uncle Sam!
Another one!
Head over there! You son of a bitch! These sons of bitches just won't die! Cover! Now! On your knees!
How may I serve you?
Head over there! Time to die! Cover me!
This from the field.
Blow the hell out of them! Get up! Die!
Turn up there. Who's still shooting? Oh,
Burn in hell! Die, you bastard! You're dead, you hear me? Find a son of a bitch! Let him move out! Contact!
who's still shooting? Oh,
Hey, move out! Keep low!
Cover! Want to die?
Let him have it!
I hear somebody back over here shooting.
Kill him!
In the open! Hey, pal!
I'm sending you home in a pine box, boy! Let him have
Get ready for a
We're the
fight!
law here! Cover! Now! Run! Cover me!
I hear somebody right here shooting.
Yes, sir!
Let him have it! Who's that guy?
Keep moving!
How can I help you?
Another one! Move out!
Someone is still shooting. Who?
Show your face, coward.
Is it on the Mexican side?
Formación de escaramuza. Keep them busy.
Ah, there he is. Yeah, that's one.
Die. Cover me. Keep them busy. Head over there. Die. I'll see you in hell. Enjoy watching you die.
Someone help me out a little bit.
We're the
Tell me
law
who's
here,
still
you
shooting.
low-life son of a bitch. Shoot him. Cover me.
There's still a cavalryman way back here.
Pull that hog leg and prepare to die.
A couple over here that won't move up.
Choke on it. On your knees.
Ah, that's who's doing it. These guys over here. Alright. That should...
I'll finish you off.
Santana, so that should be everybody. Minus the cannons. Alright, that's our... We're good now. Now, this does kind of sort of mark the unofficial end of the battle. I'm going to pause here real quick and do something real quick. Alright, sorry. Had to unclip the camera so I could zoom out. Let's go ahead and get the general staff up here.
Aim for his head. There he is.
Make sure everybody's on the move.
Finish him.
Think you eat lead, you asshole.
Cannon can't shoot anymore. Hate for that to be the case. But this does mark the unofficial end of the battle. Now, the way that it actually ended, like I said, was more of a rout and a massacre than anything else. Santana's troops had completely broken. Let me pause again here real quick. Sorry, need to lower the volume of the NPCs. But Santana's troops had been taken out. There was like little to no command structure left. Santana had disappeared, and his generals didn't really know what to do. A few hours after the battle was actually over, a Mexican soldier was brought in to the prisoner internment area, where the Mexican soldiers were being held prisoner by the Texans. Gonna lower this all the way because alright, so essentially this Mexican soldier was brought in, and every single Mexican officer, soldier, everyone started saluting him. Now, Sam Houston had, during the actual battle, he had led his troops, and he had gotten his horse shot out twice from underneath him. So, two separate horses. And so, the doctors were in the middle of actually treating him when they noticed that, hey, this common soldier seems to be getting saluted a lot. And so they had him brought forward, and it turned out it was actually Santana. He had taken the jacket off of one of his dead men and was walking around like a common soldier. But before his officers had known what was happening, and before they could stop their men from starting to salute, everybody was saluting, and it gave away his identity. and in exchange for his life, Generalissimo Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, the military dictator president of Mexico, surrendered all Mexican rights to Texas and officially gave Texas its freedom and independence. Now, this battle, like I said, not as historically accurate as I've shown it, but out of the 1,100 to 1,300 Mexicans, let's ballpark it and say it was 1,200, right? Out of the 1,200 Mexican soldiers that fought at this battle, around 630 were killed, and another 600 were taken prisoner. Many of them, though, were injured. And out of the around 900 or so Texans that fought in this battle, only 9 were killed and around 30 were wounded. But a few of those wounded would later die of their wounds. But this was a very lopsided battle because you have the Texans who are hyped up on vengeance and a spirit of fire, and they are ready to kill and ready to destroy any Mexican troops that are in their way. I mean, if you read some of the accounts of the battle, some of the Texan officers had an extremely difficult time just getting their men back in to formations and into to set some sort of discipline amongst them, because they were so angry at what the Mexicans had done at the Alamo and Goliad, and especially Goliad. I mean, Goliad was nearly 400 men massacred, executed without hesitation by Santana, because Santana considered the Texans pirates. But this does officially conclude the Battle of San Jacinto video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one.